Good morning everyone. Welcome to the third video of chapter Heat Transfer. Today we will talk about some applications of thermal expansion of solids in our daily life. So let's talk about the first application. First application that we have is construction of a bridge. Now students, while constructing a bridge, steel girders are used. You can see in the figure that one end of the girder is kept fixed in the concrete, so it's not movable, but the other end is not fixed into the concrete. So the other end is kept the movable end, so that means that can move and that can adjust. Now this is done, children, so that if there is any rise or fall in the temperature during summers or during winters, during summers what will happen? The temperature will rise, so there is a chance of expansion to take place. Girders, they can expand, and in winters girders, they will be able to contract without actually affecting the pillar and the bridge. Otherwise, if this is not done, what will happen? There will be a chance of breakage in the bridge, and we do not want that bridge to break. So this is the first application of thermal expansion in solids. Let's know about the second application. The second application is railway tracks. The rails of the railway tracks, children, are made up of, again, steel. Now steel, as all of you know, shows thermal expansion. So in summers when the temperature will rise, there is a chance that the steel will expand. When these railway tracks are laid on wooden planks, some spaces are left between them. You can all see in the figure, some spaces are left in between them. Now the reason to this is that the length of each rail tends to increase in summers due to a higher temperature. And if in case the gap is not there, what will happen? The rails will bend sideways. So we don't want the rails to bend sideways. So in order to prevent the bending of the rails, some spaces have to be left in between to accommodate the expansion of steel. Let's talk about the third application. Third application is, children, riveting. So what is riveting? Let's know about it. Two metal plates, they can be joined together by riveting method. So let's say if we want to join two steel plates. So if we want to join two steel plates, what do we need to do is, the plates will be placed one above the other with holes drilled through them. The small steel rods called rivets. Now rivets, I have shown you a diagram here, children. This is a rivet, right? And rivets are heated red hot, and then they are inserted inside the holes of plate. On heating, the rivets, they will become hot. When it is heated up to a higher temperature, it becomes hot and it becomes soft. So their ends will be hammered, and these ends will be called the heads. Now after hammering, these rivets, they are allowed to cool. What will happen on cooling? As I told you, solids expand on heating and contract on cooling. So on cooling, they will be contracting, their size will be decreasing. And then they will bring the plates closer. Now these plates, they are gripped together. There's a very strong grip maintained. This way, the metal plates can be joined together. Riveting, children, have many applications. It is used in joining of steel girders. They are used in boiler plates. There are many other applications of riveting also. Telephone wires and electric cables also apply the thermal expansion. How? Let's understand. You might have seen, children, outside your homes also, your schools also, there are telephone wires and electric cables between the poles. They generally sag in summers. Now let's know why they sag in summers. The reason to this is that children, wires, they are made up of copper or aluminium, and that expands in summer, because all of you know metals expand in summer. So because of thermal expansion, they sag in summers. Similarly, in winters, when the temperature falls down, the wires contract, and there is a chance that on contraction the wires can break. So keeping into mind the expansion as well as the contraction of wires, while putting the wires between the poles, the care has to be taken that if they are put up in summers, they will be kept slightly loose so that they may not break in winters. But on the other hand, if they are laid in winters, they will be kept slightly tight. Why tight? So that they do not sag in summers. The steel rim is fitted on a horse cart wheel. Here also thermal expansion of solid is useful. How? Let us understand. The wooden wheel of a horse cart is fitted with a steel rim to make it strong and smooth. The rim is made slightly smaller in diameter than the wooden wheel. Now this rim, that's the circular part, is heated first. Now when it is heated, what will happen? It will expand. So it can be easily slipped over the wooden wheel. So once it has been fitted, it has been adjusted on the wooden wheel, it will be allowed to cool down. Now on cooling, what will happen? Again the contraction of the rim will take place. On contracting, it will make a very tight fit over the wooden wheel. Okay, now this application has already been discussed in the previous lecture. All of you know, where do we use a Pyrex glass? Yes, it is used in microwaves. For what purpose? For heating food. Now what is the reason for using it? Pyrex glass has very less, or in fact we can say negligible, coefficient of cubical expansion. So when it is heated, it does not show much expansion, so it can be easily used for heating the food in microwaves. Another application that we had already discussed was the pendulum of clock. Remember? Pendulum of clock, I had told you in the previous lecture, that is made up of invar. Let's recall that once again. Invar, as all of you know, it is an alloy of iron and nickel. Now, invar also has negligible coefficient of linear expansion. So, it does not expand in summers when the temperature rises. Now, if it will not expand, it will not lose time in summers. And in winters, it will not gain time due to contraction. Coming over to the next application, if a glass stopper on the bottle gets stuck in the neck of bottle, what should be done in that case? How can we remove it? It can be removed by heating the neck of the bottle. Why neck of the bottle? Because on heating the neck of bottle, the neck will expand. So if the size of the neck increases, neck expands, automatically the stopper can be taken out. So stopper is getting enough space to loosen and come out. Another case can be there where metal screw cap gets stuck on the neck of glass bottle. So in this case, children, the cap has to be heated, not the neck. Because on heating the cap will expand and will automatically come out easily. Coming over to the last application of thermal expansion of solids. You might have observed, children, that on pouring hot liquid such as hot water or hot coffee or hot tea in a glass tumbler, especially this happens in winters, the tumbler cracks. Let's know why it cracks. This is, children, again due to the thermal expansion, since glass, is an insulator of heat. All of you are aware about it, which means that it would not allow the heat to pass through it. So when we pour hot liquid in the tumbler, the inner surface of the tumbler becomes hot. Since it's an insulator, it won't allow the heat to pass through the outer layer. So it will expand, the inner layer will expand. But the outer surface of the tumbler does not show any expansion, since it is at the room temperature. So there is an unequal expansion seen. So due to this unequal expansion, the tumbler tends to break. With this, we are done with the applications of thermal expansion of solids. I hope you are clear with the topic. Please revise the previous topics thoroughly. Thank you and have a nice day.